I was sick of them hating me, being pushed around like a demon awakening, how I stood my ground. All it took was me waking up to a sense of self, taking pride in my mental health, love the person that I have found. I don't need to be Hokage or the Pirate King. The fire in my eyes will bring the prize that I'm desiring. I'm leveling up, I'm acquiring my nano, my chakra that lies within. I'm going Super Saiyan, all my cylinders are firing. Feeling tiny like I'm show you, but you better fly. All these trials that I go through, but I made it mine.
Tokyo Revengers or Boruto fans, please consider subscribing to the channel, as I will be covering Tokyo Revengers English dub reviews every Sunday and Boruto English sub reviews every Sunday when there are episodes. So if there aren't episodes, there won't be of course a review. But anyways, we start off this episode with Draken explaining to Takemichi that Touman lost because Mikey killed Kazutora, and he said that Valhalla was created for Mikey. And Takemichi said that's impossible, and Mikey wouldn't do that. And Draken said, "Are you sure that if you were in his position, you wouldn't? The guy who murdered your own brother, not to mention Baji dies that day too." And Takemichi's like, "Wait a minute. Why would Kazutora kill Baji?" And Draken's like, "You were there, you seen it." And yeah, that's basically that whole conversation went down. I'm just summing things up. I'm not going to talk about the whole thing. If you guys want to watch the episode, watch the episode. Go check it out. It's a really good episode. Yeah, so we go to Takemichi and Naruto walking out of there, and Takemichi says he cannot believe that Mikey even does that. But when Draken was talking, he was getting flashback of memories that shouldn't even exist. And he said by seeing the desperation and desperation and hurt on Mikey's face, basically he needs to save Mikey too. And Naruto says that he's starting to become a really good human being, because this mission around, this time Takemichi's mission is to save Baji from dying. If Baji doesn't die, Mikey doesn't make a huge mistake in killing Kazutora, which leads to the circumstances of the current Touman of Kisaki being the active commander, as this is all Kisaki's plan. So yeah, they go back to he goes back to the past, and so we see Draken meeting up with Kazutora, saying to stop fighting, and he's asked Kazutora why he hates Mikey so much, because Mikey's the one that put a good word for him, why he got a short sentence in juvie. And Kazutora's like, I spent 2 years in prison, basically in that jail cell, basically saying it was Mikey's fault. And Draken said, either way, if you guys win or if we win, I won't be happy because you're still part of my crew. And he said, this is why I hate you, Draken. And he just walks out of there. And I'm trying to fully remember everything that happened. I'm sorry, I just watched it. My memory's still pretty fresh. So we go to, if I'm correct, Shifuya and Takemichi head to talk to Baji, and Shifuya tells Baji that he got intel on Kisaki. Kisaki's bad news, so he can get out of Valhalla. And Baji's like, "Yo, I joined Valhalla. You want to get beat up again?" And so yeah, and he's like, and Shifuya's like, "Hey, yo, you'll be considered Touman's enemy." He's like, "Touman is my enemy. I'm going to crush Touman tomorrow." Well, not tomorrow, on the bloody Halloween, which is October 31st. So, and then Takemichi asked Shifuya if he can talk to Baji himself. Baji said, "I have nothing to say to you." He said, "I don't know why you're doing this. Frankly, I don't care. Just don't die, because it'll crush Mikey." And he says, "Mikey's my enemy. We are going to crush Touman." So that's where that goes. Like I said, I'm summing up everything. If I've missed something, please let me know down in the comments below if you guys did watch the dub yourself. So we also go to the part to where they now enter the area, because now it's October 31st. And first we go to Takemichi telling Mikey what Baji said, and he said it's not my fault. He's basically saying it's not it's not his fault. It's not his fault that Baji won't come back, because he said he's sorry. He said it's not your fault. He won't waver. He said him and Baji used to be friends. They used to fight all the time, play on the jungle gym, and they were all pretty good friends, and they usually made up right away. But he said, looks like this time they're really fighting, and he has no choice as the captain of Touman. Then we go to their meeting with it, and he starts saying, tomorrow we have our day with Valhalla, or no, you have our day of our fight with Valhalla in a couple of days, and that was on the 30th or the 29th of when that was going on, because this episode takes a span of 2 different days, well, 3 different days, basically. The 29th, the 30th, and the 31st. So, and he's rallying up and saying that he can't fight Baji, and their goal is to take down Valhalla and bring Baji back, as they're shouting Touman, Touman, Touman. And he asked Draken if that makes him a bad captain. He said, I don't think those chants mean that. And so yeah, there was that, and then that's when they go to the 30th, where they talk to Baji and stuff. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. And then we go to the fight where all the delinquents are ready. They go to the spot where all the delinquent captains are there, and everything else in between. All the people that usually butt heads with Touman are there to keep quiet and watch the fight, as whoever wins this fight between Touman and Valhalla are the next step closer to running Tokyo. And yeah, there's this other guy, I don't care to remember his name, but he's overseeing it. Mikey says, thanks for overseeing it. I'm happy that you're overseeing it. He said, if you got this fight sucks, I'm taking both you down. And so Kazutora and Draken step up to the plate, because he says one person from each team step up. And Draken said, the guy overseeing said, you can guys go 5-on-5, you guys go all out fight. And then Draken says, they can choose, but we are taking Baji back. And he says, Baji came to us on his own free will, so we don't know what you're talking about. And he said, we're taking Baji back, that's all we're gonna say. And he said, okay, jackass, and punches the person the person that overseeing it in the face. And he says, overseers rules. He says, are you guys playing house? We came here to crush Touman and see you guys all dead. And that's basically how it ends. Mikey's just like, come on, Touman, and they're all ready, and the episode's in. So the next episode, we get to see a big fight between Touman and Valhalla. And hope you guys did enjoy this episode, this review. I rate this episode a good 8 out of 10. It was a really good episode. Definitely wasn't the best episode. Next week's episode most likely will be a good old 10 out of 10. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. New to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time on Expert the Plague. Peace out, Plague Squad. XPKAGE out.